Yo, London Toy Fair coming at you hot, 2019.
Here we go.
Burr, 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 burr. Okay, so London Toy Fair got started off with a little DC stuff. Batman specifically, 80th anniversary. Hot Topic has already shown it, but they had the Dawnbreaker Batman up, and Owlman was another one.
So if you're a big fan of the DC animated series, which I have definitely seen a good amount of that, Owlman is in Crisis of Two Earths, which is one of my favorite ones. This pop looks really cool. The fact they actually have this is crazy, along with all the other pops they had for this, which they actually didn't show them when we saw them online. They showed a picture of Robin and Batman looking over the ledge.
Yeah, and then they had some concept art, Batmobile, and they have, what is that, I guess, a pop moment, the Killing Joke, I believe that is.
And then they also have Batman actually with his Batarang, which is actually pretty cool, considering, I guess, really they've never had anyone with the Batarang.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't done that before. Then they also showed, continuing with the DC, some Primal Age stuff, not really into that. I know they actually gave out Mr. Freeze at Comic-Con.
Yeah, we got that. We actually got... if you bought... Anyone who bought something automatically got a Primal Age Mr. Freeze.
I had like 5 of them. I gave one to my nephew, and he said it broke like real quick, so maybe not the best quality stuff.
Yeah, just not a fan of how they look, but I guess they're happy to create a line specifically for DC. They were given the opportunity to do that, so that's what they're going to do.
They're supposed to look like the old He-Man, like really buff action figures.
Yeah.
I think they're going for.
Yeah, and there's also the exclusives coming in there. And then coming up next, there's a ton of Disney items. They have they're really trying to push their new waves, which again I don't really care for, but I mean if that's
new products, the 5-star stuff.
Yeah,
they have the Incredibles, and they did Little Mermaid, and some plushes.
And some plushes, and they also had some pops coming out. There was a rumor that Ursula with her crown will be a 6-inch. That's or maybe 10 inch, and that's not confirmed yet. But people are saying that it's a possibility, and considering how many 10 inches they've had, they're really it seems like that's definitely a possibility, and they continue that with the Little Mermaid line of pops that they came out with.
Yeah, a whole bunch of them, like 5 or 6. They'll look pretty good. All stuff that they haven't really done before.
And then they're starting to push these, instead of just regular plushies, they call them super cute plushies. I guess it's kind of like a branch off of their other plushies that they originally came out with. And they had Dumbo, and they also had Baby Hercules and Pegasus. So I mean, if you're into it, it's cool, but for the most part, we don't really care about that.
Something a little different, I guess.
Yeah. But next was some that me and Andrew were really talking about, actually really excited to see. It's another couple Gears of War pops that are coming out. Considering they have the
mobile game.
The mobile game coming out, it kind of makes sense that
we definitely expected it. To go along with the mobile game, maybe a couple different characters they haven't done yet, or maybe some more Locust guys. But I mean, then they did a 7th Marcus Phoenix, which I was a little upset about. But you also have the Queen Mira, which is cool, and was that a boomer?
Yeah, I have a boomer with a brute shot. So, if you
boom shot.
Yeah, if you know Gears of War, they have huge rockets and they call it a boom shot. So that would be.
I thought he should have been a 6-inch because of the
size.
Scale,
and I agree, but
I believe that was just like art. I'm not sure if they actually had the figures. I haven't seen anybody post pictures yet of the official stuff. So hopefully it is a bigger one, because I'm all about scale.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing with the Brumac. That's why that one was so good, because it was larger than everything else. They also, to tail back a little bit, they also tacked on the vinyl Disney items for Woody and Buzz, and they also included that. So they're continuing to pushing out Disney again on their new lines. Something that was leaked actually on Warhammer's page was that pops were coming soon, or there was an image of a silhouette, and they said coming soon. And after that at London Toy Fair, they announced the Warhammer 40K. This is something I'd never really even gotten into. I always thought it was cool, and I thought the people looked awesome, but it's just something that I just never got into.
Yeah, I was never a big computer gaming guy, so, it kind of passed me by. But Warhammer only teased the 1 on their site, then London Toy Fair they showed 4, so good for their fans.
Yeah, they did that, and it exploded into the the board game they have now, like the little the characters they have built out. So they have both. They have the Warhammer, the computer game, and they have 40K, which in this one would be the actual board game. Something that me and Andrew were talking about, and they actually look really cool. It's just a little annoying that they just keep re-releasing some pops, but the wave looks awesome. It is the Overwatch wave.
Yeah, they finally complete. They're going to be done with all the characters, or at least one of each character. And then there's a couple different variants of characters they've already done. A new Pharah with her jetpack, Reaper and Wraith mode, and they did an individual Diva finally, which I think is also pretty cool.
Yeah, that was something that Andrew was saying that they're definitely going to do, and they came through with that on those. They also had the keychains there. Next up was the Lord of the Rings. It's a ride, but it's Lord of the Ring on its Ring Wraith. It's a Ring Wraith, King. The Witch King on its dragon. And the dragon looks actually kind of weird, to be honest.
So the dragon looks a little weird. I think, I don't know. It looks, it's kind of like just a big face.
Yeah, it's just a big face, big mouth, kind of derpy looking, which is not what I expected. I expected it to be a little bit more menacing.
Right. But I think that's just concept art, so hopefully they could fix that up a little bit.
Yeah, when they come out with it, maybe it'll look a lot better.
Then there was a big Harry Potter line. No pops, actually. I believe it was all some of their other stuff. Some 5-stars.
Yeah, 5-star stuff.
Vinyls.
And it looks like they're in their like
the
gardening
herbology
gear. Yeah, the herbology gear. And then, the plushies are coming out. They have the concept art for that. And then the vinyls, as Andrew said before. Next up was the Game of Thrones pops they showed. They actually showed them on the throne. They had... They have Daenerys, Jon Snow, and it seems like they're just kind of recreating this whole idea of it's actually a game for the thrones, and they also put the Ice King on there. They're all just literally sitting on the thrones. Interesting idea because technically everyone's trying to go for the throne, but
I thought it was just so that if they made one, people would be like, "Oh, you're spoiling it." So they made everybody so that they're like, "Oh, well, you don't know who's gonna win or whatever."
I also think I think it's like I think it's a cop out. I think there's no need to make this. Just I think they just have.
Well, the Iron Throne was an exclusive in itself a couple years back at HBO, I believe New York Comic Con. So
New York Comic Con, then HBO exclusively also had the rights.
They're definitely trying to milk the Iron Throne,
and they also had the white on the white horse, and then they have the keychains with the dragon and the White Walkers. And then they also had the 5-star, which again is not something we necessarily collect, and they just keep pushing that Game of Thrones.
5 stars, not weird looking, but I don't know. They're a little small.
They kind of have that cherubic, childish kind of look to it. Not to say that pops aren't childish, but they literally look like kids. They look like little child characters, so it's not kind of like nothing appeals to me.
I mean, I guess maybe because now like you're so used to pops that they look normalish, but like with the 5-star stuff or with like the Dorbs or something, it doesn't come off good with every character that they do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm all about the pops. Next up, Persona 5. It's not actually something that I've actually even really played, but I know that a lot of people actually like it.
Yeah, it's huge JRPG thing. I know I kind of wanted to get into it. I saw they announced Joker for Super Smash Brothers, so I thought maybe, should play it, get to know the character a little bit. But I know Persona has a huge fan following. It's a pretty cool concept for a game, and they did show, I believe he was the only chase that they showed. Joker has the 2 versions, with the mask on, without the mask.
Yeah, and then they had the other characters, which I'm not aware of the name of, but they were showing it, all characters from the game. And something else they revealed and was also getting leaked was the Agretsuko line, the aggressive Itsuko. It's pretty much like a fox. It's very famous in, I believe it's Japan, but just a fox with like all these emoji type just emotions on their face. So there's a 10-inch, there's Target exclusive, and they have the other, faces with a chainsaw, angry, and understand there.
That's another thing that they're harping on again, going back from last year, that they're coming out with a lot of 10-inch figures.
Yeah.
Again.
We went from they should do more 10-inch figures to...
Now there's too many.
Now there's too many, so it's I guess they got to find their way. Next up was actually a huge line that a lot of people were actually really happy about, and some people were actually crying because of how much it's going to hurt their wallet.
Yeah, there was 10-ish DBZ figures shown.
Yeah, so if you've been keeping up with it, they just announced Broly with the electricity running around him, similar to Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. They have Gohan with his sword. They have Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. And they're all exclusives. One is Gotenks is AAA anime exclusive, but a lot of stores are showing them so that you can possibly get them. They also had
a regular just common wave.
Yeah, they also had their regular common wave of Chi-Chi, Vegeta, Goku, young Gohan, Raditz, Nappa, Frieza, and Kid Buu. So it seems like they're going through the whole age of Dragon Ball Z. They're not just pushing out the same line. I'd like to see Cell remade, but that's me.
I guess that's good though, because people were clamoring for more DBZ, so now that they're getting their fill, I guess.
Yeah.
One line I was super excited to see them announce was doing more SpongeBob figures. And they all look pretty good. They're all unique ones. You have Imagination SpongeBob with a rainbow. Patrick, when I think he was I don't even remember what he was doing in the episode. I know he was trying to build a barn for Mystery the Seahorse, and then he just has a plank on his head.
And then you have
Squidward from the talent show where he's dancing.
Where he's doing his dance, and they had a 10-inch SpongeBob exclusive at Target, and they have the Hot Topic exclusive Bubble Bowl SpongeBob. Huge, that's going to be huge. Definitely want to get that one. There's also pictures online of a SpongeBob with Gary the Snail on him, which is something that I've never, that they never showed, but people were showing it, and they actually showed it with the eyeballs snapped on the ground.
Yeah.
Which is something, it's could be some quality control issues there, but we'll see when that actually comes through. I'm happy to definitely see SpongeBob coming back, and it seems like they're going through in a big way. They also have the pencils, if anyone cares about those.
Makes you hope that they do more Nickelodeon stuff, because I feel like those are huge products.
Yeah. Rocket Power, I bet you. That's next.
Or Fairly Odd Parents, maybe, or something like that. Mm-hmm. Then we had someone we don't know. It was along their pop rock series, Morrissey.
I don't know if anyone keeps up with him. He's a English rocker. Do not really know that much, but I mean, if you're into rock, then it's there. You get to see it, and it's.
I mean, I guess London Toy Fair. They had to drop the English singers. Then they had a lot of football or soccer, also stuff we're not interested in.
But I mean, if you're into it, they're the Saint Germain, the Paris team, the Manchester United, Arsenal, and then LFC. They all had people from those teams, and they're all going to be coming out soon.
I think those weren't even released in America. I think they were only released in Europe and overseas.
See,
because they know America.
These were the same ones that they revealed before?
No, they're different, I believe.
Okay, I thought so. Yeah, I mean, it's cool that they're doing that. They should be. It only makes sense for them to do that.
I guess it's I don't know this for a fact, but I assume they wouldn't release NFL Pops, in Spain, because they'd be
it wouldn't make any sense.
Hell?
But see, the thing with that, with the soccer, for all you other people, football
hooligans.
But I feel like that's tends to be like a world sport now, where people in the U.S. do actually keep up with it, whereas football, no one keeps up with it besides anyone in the U.S.
Then they add another one to their director's line, J. Abrams.
Yeah.
Or J.J.
Abrams. They added him. I'm shocked they added him, since people were
since he ruined Star Wars.
Since he ruined Star Wars, actually wanted him. And then, it wasn't even him. He did 7. That wasn't even as bad as 8. But either way, it still wasn't good. Finally, and then last, they announced the UFC line with Conor McGregor and Khabib Nurmagomedov. If you watch that, actually, I didn't.
It's Saint Pierre, right?
Is that Saint Pierre? I didn't realize. I don't know why he's wearing the Japanese.
I thought it was, but
I don't know, but I know that they were going through, and it seems like they're actually going to start, pushing out a couple more UFC pops. This makes sense because McGregor and Khabib are definitely the biggest stars in UFC. You could see John Jones.
Well, I feel like it's hard to do UFC ones because as soon as a guy or somebody gets to the top of the sport, like they'll lose one fight. And then it's kind of downhill. Like, look at Rousey. She was on top for, so long, lost one fight.
But, I mean, if they're on immediately, then they'll be good.
That's the thing, though. It's like, what if Khabib never fights again?
That's
or, if they get suspended for their, hubbub or whatever that was going on.
Yeah. But that is going to do it for the London Toy Fair. A lot of pops coming up. You saw all the lines that we showed you. Soccer, Batman, SpongeBob, Dragon Ball Z, Agatsuko, Persona, Game of Thrones, Harry Potter.
And that's just
Lord
London.
Rings,
I know
Warhammer.
You have a New York Toy Fair coming up next month, and no Marvel was shown. A lot of other stuff that no Rick and Morty, a lot of Stranger Things, a lot of mainstays that Pops or Funko's been doing weren't shown, so a lot of stuff to look forward to.
Yeah, and this really London Toy Fair and New York Toy Fair tend to be the first half of the year where you get to see the pops that are coming, and then when it gets to and that's not to say all of them, but a lot of them, and then when it gets to San Diego Comic-Con, it's kind of like that midway point where they show the rest of the year what's going to happen. So a lot to look forward to. Next month is a big time for New York Toy Fair. We'll see what's going to come out there. But that is going to do it for us, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any comments, anything that we missed, please let us know. And as always,
happy hunting.